What is a goal? A goal is accomplishing something you haven't already accomplished. This is what I would tell 22-year-old me if she would have listened. I would have said, Lindy, if you don't listen to this video, you're going to waste the next 23 years of your life trying to have a happy marriage, trying to increase financially, and have all the dreams and kids and adventures and vacations you desire. They're not going to happen if you don't get this message. People don't seem to realize that everything they desire, whether it's weight loss, money, more friends, not feeling lonely, a happy marriage, all of those things are relevant to having goals. Hello friends and welcome back. And if it's your first time here, my name's Lindy and I help women see their potential, change their mindset, and grow fulfilling lives. If that's something you're ready to do, then click subscribe and stick around. Recently, I was having a conversation with a friend and they made the point that they don't really connect with my message because they're not into doing vision boards and setting goals and going after that weight loss and, oh, I need this new career. I feel like a lot of people are of the same mindset. However, if they understood the connection between their current circumstances and goal setting, they would totally change their mind. For example, this friend was saying that they're very content, like they're okay being by themselves, they're okay being with somebody, they're glad that they have their current job, they're happy for a healthy day of sitting on their patio and all of those things. And they're so true. And I agree with those things. However, what was being missed was the other side of that coin where there's a lot of financial distress. There's a lot of insecurities about what the future holds because of maybe money's not saved up or no health insurance or, basic things that we all need for survival and living, a really comfortable life without those stresses that really don't have to be there. So what does this have to do with goal setting? Everything. Because setting goals is about more than losing weight or getting that financial increase. It's everything. For example, you might think at the end of the day, okay, I'm satisfied with how things are. And there's an element of truth to that. But think about the rest of the week when your life is going on. Do you hear yourself saying things like, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay the heat bill? Or, oh, I really want to go on that trip, but I can't afford it. Or, oh my gosh, I owe this, that, and the other, and I'm behind. Those things can all be flipped with goal setting. Those things can be flipped and used by having vision boards, making confessions, and having something to attain to. And in order to accomplish something new, you have to learn something new, right? You have to do some things you haven't done before. Because if you already had learned these things and put action to them and been doing them, you would already have whatever it is you are hoping to attain to. So when you make a decision to set a goal, you're telling God, the universe, whatever you believe, you're saying to the powers that be, bring it on. I'm ready to learn something new. And when you do that, God's going to respond. The universe is going to respond. Opportunities to learn are going to start coming your way. We'll just use weight loss. It's just such an easy example. If you are going to set a goal to lose a certain amount of weight, to get healthy, to increase your muscle, and you haven't ever done that before, then what are you going to do? You're going to have to educate yourself. You'll probably watch some videos or go to a gym and get an instructor, and you're going to have to educate yourself about lifting weights, how much to lift, what kind of protein you need, how much cardio you need. You're going to learn some new things. And then you'll apply action and start working toward your goal until you accomplish it. But there's more than that. The general public may not put together with goal setting. Let's say, for example, you find yourself to be lonely. We'll just take that as an example. And I mean, what does that have to do with setting a goal? Like, how do you change loneliness by setting a goal? Like, you wish you had more friends to hang out with and do things with. If you would set a goal to have more friends to choose from and who want to hang out with you and do the kinds of things you like to do with, if you would make that a goal and say, okay, I am going to set a goal for the next 2 weeks, and by the end of the next 2 weeks, I am going to have one new friend who we enjoy each other's company. And if you would write that down and stay laser focused on that and open your ears and start listening and paying attention, you are going to start noticing learning opportunities. For example, somebody might make a comment that points out something about you that maybe it irritates them. Maybe you're like pushing people away and you don't realize it. Or maybe you're going to read a book about love or how to have friends, and it's going to tell you how to be a good listener. When you set goals, you're actually telling God and the universe, I want to learn something new and I'm willing to learn it. If you set goals and you do not realize it, and this brings me back to what I would tell 22-year-old me. If you have certain dreams, goals, and desires, and you're setting goals to obtain them, and you do not understand that those goals, dreams, and desires mean you have to learn something new, something you are not currently doing, and you are going to have to probably get rid of some old beliefs, you will never have what you want. And I wouldn't have wasted 23 years trying to manifest all of those desires, never to achieve any of them, because it was impossible for me to reach a goal without learning something new. Because if I'd already been doing it, it wouldn't have been a goal that I'm trying to get to. A goal is something new that you don't currently have. Therefore, when you set a goal, you are saying, I want to and am willing to learn something new. So this is what you're going to do. You are going to determine your goal. If there's one negative thing in your life that you don't like, whether it's material, emotional, spiritual, you are going to determine, I'm going to have this. And you're going to write it down and you're going to get laser focused on it. Then you are going to open your ears and you're going to open your eyes. You're going to look for people who've already accomplished what you desire. Again, it doesn't just have to be material. It can be friendships. It can be someone to hang out with. It can be relationships. It can be emotional things. And you're going to stay laser focused on it. And you're going to ignore any negative distractions. And you're going to put action to what you learn. Thank you so much for watching to the end. And I look forward to sharing again next week as I keep seeing, changing, and growing.